you should take full lot of care about that. Nobody, you should be able to control your behavior. You should not allow anybody to, just tell something, so instigate you, and that becomes a fire. And it is very common, okay? And it is not that you know that I'm pointing at anybody, everybody. Even I used to get very emotional, and generally ladies get very emotional. Of course, there are men also who get emotional, but ladies get, girls usually, that other gender gets very emotional. And it is not that it is bad or something. We learn as the days go by. That is just how to be cool. I had seen one, of course, it's not all the ladies. I had seen one friend of mine who was an architect, private practicing, and even the person who was to come and shout, she would just remain calm and not reply at all. Not at all reply, and just smile and tell sorry. You must have seen this is very common in banks nowadays. Customer service, they are trained to give a reply and just keep smiling even if the customers are shouting. That's the way you have to train yourself. Okay. So then we come to let's go to the part of positive attitude. Okay, so people with positive attitude don't care about the hurdles. They always nurture their skills. Okay, and nurture their skills. What do you mean by nurturing your skills? That is, if you have some skills, you make it better. Like you are good at something, you don't ignore that and think, okay, I am good, so let it be. No, you sit and see that you polish those skills. Like now that you are emotionally, I'm just giving you an example, you're emotionally quite strong and nowhere very calm. It doesn't mean that you're so confident that overconfident that some person can suddenly make you, get feel angry. So you should see that I mean, like, that you remain calm all the time. Okay, and one thing about the person with a positive attitude is they never repeat the mistake, and they are not ashamed. Now, you're not ashamed. Yes, once you can commit a mistake, that's okay, but I will not do it again. I will see that I won't make the mistake again, so that, mistakes happen even in the office. There's no harm. You can always apologize and see to it that you do not do it again. That is very this one. And avoid naysayers and believe in themselves. There are many people who will tell you, don't do this, don't do that. They are called the naysayers. They will try to, like, if you decided something, they may tell you, no, don't go. I'm just giving you an example. Now suppose you want to go to Bombay to try for a job. There'll be many who says, why you want to go to Bombay, it is such a crowded place, this, that. They'll give you hundreds of, but no, if you want to go, I'm just giving you an example, please. And if you want to go, you'll think, no, I will go, whatever come what may, I will go. And that is like very common amongst youngsters, like going to Mumbai or going abroad to studies. There'll be many people who will tell you, don't study more. What will you gain by studying more? Again, if you want to study, go ahead and study. You want to do something, go ahead and do it, provided you have real, you need to be sure about it and need to have studied it properly, and you're confident about it that you will be able to manage that. Then go ahead. Don't think, I'll just go just to somebody tell something, so I will go to prove them wrong. No, not that. You're confident about your thing. Okay. ಇವತ್ತೇನ್ ತಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನು ಓಕೆ, ಸಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಾನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ನೀ ತರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ಪೂನ್ ತುಪ್ಪ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ. So they avoid naysayers and believe in themselves. Okay. So next again, the person with a positive attitude, they have lot of confidence, and it is one of the basic things of a positive mindset is having constant confidence. Confidence in what? Confidence in what I do, confidence in what decision I have made, and I'm confident it will come out. Yes, I will do it. So the confidence makes a lot of difference in an interview. Sometimes, you might, though you have confidence, you might fail in an interview. That again, we will decide. I mean, we will read about it again, and you might fail in an interview, but it doesn't mean that I have failed in life. No, that it may be a stepping stone for success. You think, okay, I lacked something, let me improve on this skill and try to improve. So all of us, we will not uh, be successful in every interview. Even when I went for my interview, I also was not selected in one place, but that didn't deter me. So it is okay. Sometimes there are 10 people trying to, or 5 6 people trying to ask you questions, and that time you might feel a bit deterred, and you might feel, oh my god. So that's how. So it is not that you just go around and don't let it affect you, and don't sit and ponder over so many things. So even like now, you get a job, a small paying job, it is fine. Mm, you are happy. I mean, like, you just make yourself happy, be doing the job and apply elsewhere if you want to move out of the job. So it's like that. Okay, and one thing is, you should always be happy. A happy mind is, I thought there is sincerity, confidence, and where did I miss sincerity, confidence? Okay, okay. Happiness, let me see sincerity, and then I'll come to happiness. That should be. Oh, I've not written about sincerity. Sorry. So, next is, like I told you, it is about sincerity, which is very, very important. And you should be very sincere. That is, what is, you're aware of what the work should be done, and must never let go of it or compromise. Okay. So you must never let go of it or compromise. Even, just a minute, I'm trying to search. I remember making the slide. Where did it go? I've not made it. I thought I've made it. I assumed yesterday I've done it. Just one sec. Okay, so we'll go about for sincerity, and I'll just tell you about sincerity. That is, you're very sincere in your work, and is you should never let go of sincerity or compromise on the sincerity. So, is always found to be sincere. Sincere means what the work is to be done is done. So I will do that work. I will not let go of the work. It is for me to improve. So you will, sincerely you will do it. Next is determination, and it is one of the very, very important point. A right dose of hard work, sincerity, and determination are essential to get things the way you want. That is one of the most important thing, is a right dose of hard work, determination, and sincerity will get you what you want. So the person who is driven, is properly determined, will overcome all impossibilities. And last but not the least is happiness. It is the type of attitude, it is an abode, you can see, a place, for all the good things to a person themselves. To the self means to myself. And they are not worried, see, like happiness, they are not worried about results, interviews. Like I said, that doesn't make you less happy. Yes, for a day you will be shocked, you don't get an interview, you are quite confident that you will do well, and suddenly it comes that you have not got through, some other person has got through. So, for a minute you will be deterred, but that shouldn't disturb your happiness for some time. Yes, later go around doing your things. Don't keep thinking about why the thing went wrong and what did I do. No, you can analyze and try to work on solving your problem. So happiness is one thing which is not as a result of things outside, it is within you. Look within yourself, you will find happiness. This is the positive attitude. So now we come to the negative attitude. Obviously, it is opposite of positive attitude. What you are happy, you're unhappy. So what is negative attitude? Every person should avoid that, because mm, all the, they ignore the good things in life, and only focus on the what they don't have, and which is a very bad attitude, because you focus on things you don't have. And sometimes, like, there'll be many people who don't have things what you have, but so you are better off than them. So so it is not that you should keep thinking, like, if they find a tough situation, a negative person runs away from it, and they only think about failures. Oh, what if I fail? And, you compare yourself. The comparison is also very bad, in which you start comparing yourself to another person, and then you think, oh my God, they are much better than me, much better than me. What will I do? How will I manage, and all that. So what happens is that it gives a very bad this one later, and it leads to uh, bad effects, and the person tends to have negative attitude, and they start feeling negative, and they don't feel that they can win over anything. Oh no, I can't do it. There are so many people better than me. No, there are people better than you, but then you have some quality which is equally good and maybe better than others. And so you should learn from this. Each person is unique, and it is not that that person A is better than B. A might have something which B doesn't have, and B will have something which A doesn't have. So so that is the thing. Uh, so you should learn to develop a good, positive attitude for everything. Now, what happens in negative attitude generally? They have lots of anger. They have lot of anger within themselves, and they don't know why they are angry. It's the root cause of self destruction. So anger is biggest, it is the biggest cause. Only it leads to destruction. And a person who is angry, people don't go near them. They are not open, they are not friendly, so people avoid them, and they don't become very popular. And this becomes what happens, the more this leads to more and more negative formation in a person. So what happens is, you avoid anger, try to be more open, try to be friendly. It is never late, you can do. And next, a person with negative attitude will start will have doubt. And the worst thing is, you start doubting yourself. And when you start doubting yourself, there is no end. Okay, you should never doubt yourself, but Unfortunately, here believe so much of the opinion of other people here in India, in our society. Yes, there is some plus point, some negative, and we believe so much about what people think about us. And if two or three person has told some negative things about us, if the teacher has told some negative, we believe that is the truth. It may not be the truth. It must be that circumstances which has led you to behave like that. You can always, please don't doubt yourself. It will not lead to, self doubt will not lead to progress, but it will lead to low confidence. And this what happens when you have a negative attitude, you doubt yourself, you have anger, and that will lead to frustration over the so to conquer frustration, first thing is you should not be focused on what is the problem, but you should remain to conquer it. One should remain intensely focused on the outcome, not on the problem, okay, or the obstacle. So focus on the outcome. Yes, the outcome will be good. I will overcome. It is very difficult for a person with negative attitude, but you can start small and overcome to big things, okay. And usually a negative person is a frustrated person, like it will show on your face, and frustration won't help you to build your career, and it is an irritant and will keep prevent you from in taking any positive step. And sometimes, we get frustrated with our jobs, we are not happy with our jobs. You won't know about it, we know. And and we want to change, we don't like the place, and we want to change, we are frustrated, we're trying other places. But since we are frustrated, we have a negative attitude, what happens? The way wherever we apply, we get a no. So first thing is, wherever you go, yes, I don't like the place, hang on for some time, and then start looking out for this, uh, you know, different jobs. I remember one colleague of mine, he had come down from Canada and he was in Bangalore for a long time. And then he and me were like all of us were colleagues at Erastus Academy. And then one day he told me that so many of them were grumbling. Oh, today was the puja and we didn't have a holiday. So he had told us all a very simple thing. You don't have a holiday, take leave. Why are you coming and grumbling? Don't grumble. And the company didn't call you, beg you to come and teach. You have come out of your own free will. It's a choice you have made. So whatever choice you make, be happy with the choice. So it was a very good learning experience. And of course, as you grow older, you learn. So he'd always advised also, whichever job you take up, whichever company you work for, it has not called you. You had a choice whether to, when they told you that you were selected, you had a choice whether to accept or not accept. You accepted it because you wanted the money or whatever it is. So don't grumble or curse the place where you are there. Just learn to enjoy whatever you have. So I would pass on that message from him to you, because I feel that's a lovely message. Next is the neutral attitude. Neutral attitude is very common. It is, the mindset is neutral, it's neither positive or negative. you know what happens is they are neither positive nor negative, and it's very nice that you can go, either you can tilt toward the positive or you can tilt towards the negative. And most of us are neutral attitude, so it is better to tilt with the negative. So what happens, what do these neutral attitude, people with neutral attitude do? There is you know uh, there is no doubt, hardly any anger. They tend to ignore the problems in life. They feel that what they do is they think some individual will come and take care of their problems. so that person will help them out. Doesn't happen like that, and they're generally very lazy. They generally have a lazy life and are unemotional. So neutral is they are neither positive nor negative. They don't doubt. They hardly have anger, but at the same time, they don't have zest. They don't have enthusiasm. They are lazy, and they think, okay, somebody will come help me out, and I will overcome that. So it is not done. They never feel the need to change themselves, as they simply live with the way they are. And they live with the way they are, and they are okay. They find happiness in their own way. So they think that it's okay. Whether they are happy, sometimes they grumble, sometimes they are happy. So it depends on that. And they are quite, they don't think that they need to change themselves, and they just live as how they live. Okay, that is the neutral attitude. So what happens, a person with a neutral attitude may feel disconnected. You don't know what is going on, so actually it is not right also. So it is better you change for the positive but not for the negative. It's better to be neutral than negative, and again it is better to change the neutral to positive. Okay, that finishes your positive negative attitude. We finished your attitude and perception chapter. Any doubts, let me know. um, I will send you the ppt of all this, I think by tomorrow. Okay, so you have any doubts, let me know. Otherwise I'll move on to the next chapter. Yes, any doubts, any questions, any questions? Yes, any questions? Okay, so I'll move on to interpersonal communication. We had started a bit, but I will start from the very beginning again. I'll stop and then I'll go back. Can you all see interpersonal communication? Yes or no? Just let me know. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Yes. So what do you mean by interpersonal communication? There is two things. One is intrapersonal and one is interpersonal. So what is interpersonal? You all have done communication, so you should know what is interpersonal. Yes, one of you at least tell me. Write it here. What is interpersonal? It's communication between two people. What is communication between two people? That all of you know. Yes? Come on, tell me what is
Ma'am,
communication? Yeah, tell me, Jayanta.
exchange of information between two people.
Yeah, exchange of information, ideas, yes, of between two people. Now, intrapersonal. What is intrapersonal? It is talking with yourself. Don't you talk with yourself? Not loudly. The mind chatters all the time now. That is intrapersonal. Okay. Next is intergroup and intragroup. I think you would have done all that, no? So intergroup is within the group, intragroups is two, three groups coordinate. So group, intergroup also becomes like a football team, and intra-group is when two teams play against each other. Just have given you idea. Now we will come to interpersonal communication. So it is a must skill, have skill in the workplace. So what does they mean, do they mean a must have? That is, everyone should know how to deal with other people in the workplace. This is what is very important. How do you deal with people and to get the best out of everyone? Okay. Next is, what is it? It is a face to face exchange of ideas, information in a form of language. Look at that, I have forgotten that. Then next is, it is voice, facial expressions, body language, and gestures. You know, most of the thing will now all are dealing with communication. You know, one way, if you have communication, if you go into interperson, adaptability, everything, attitude, all are in one way or the other forms of communication. So it is measured through the effectiveness of transferring messages to others. So, how effectively you transfer message? So, some people, what when they have very good communication, you know, and it plays a very important role in employee satisfaction, motivation, collaboration, and business success. So they say that it is very, very important for a business to do well. So, how well you collaborate? What is collaboration? Collaboration is nothing but adjustment, flexibility. That is collaboration. So, if you tell nowadays, the new word is collaborate or collaboration. Earlier, we would see how well you adjust, how well you would, how flexible you are. No, now how. To collaborate and compromise. So that is the new word. So we will go through the importance and of interpersonal communication. So one by one we say, so like you said, it is an exchange of information, ideas between two or more people, okay, by verbal or non-verbal methods. So that is through voice, facial expressions, body language, and gestures. So you have done most of it. Now, how is it measured? It is measured whether the person whom you have talked to has been able to understand and gives a proper answer, and they do the job properly. It is not only that I have told them and they are going to do. How well they do the job depends on how well you have explained it. So that is interpersonal communication. Okay. So then, so they say the importance of interpersonal communication in the workplace on a scale from 1 to 5. The managers rate the importance at 4.37. That important it is. So that important interpersonal communication is, it is rated at 4.37 out of 5. Okay. Now, one, it is crucial in problem solving. So, what happens is when you have the some problem, when you have a problem, then what does it do? It helps you because people discuss their problem, weigh the pros and cons of alternatives before coming to the final solution. Now, suppose you have some problem which has suddenly come up. Now, you actually will weigh how are we going to solve this problem. The pros is the positive and the negative. What will happen if we do this solution? If we take, there'll be about three solutions. So you will weigh the pros and the cons of before coming with the final solution. And that is, for example, brainstorming exercise. Very important because everyone feels respected and they to share their voice, views, and ideas. That's why brainstorming exercise is very important. Next class, I'll give you a very good example of this. I think now you'll have your next class, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Have all of you have a nice day. I will send for the mechanical engineering guys. I will send you the letter email which you have to write. I think there are many. How many of you are there? Some 10 of you, I think, were joined later by Mr. Amit Laha. I'll just check. All those guys can write an email and send it to me. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.